Hello, welcome to Diego Knows. This is Diego. Today we're going to talk about And Just Like That, Episode 2, the new Sex and the City show. Okay, the sequel to the original Sex and the City show. Episode 1 and 2 dropped at the same time. I already reviewed Episode 1, so now I'm going to review Episode 2. To start off with, as we all know, Big died at the end of last episode. And, it hit really hard because I really liked Chris Knott's character. I loved Big. I thought he was one of the best characters on the show. And to see him die, it was, it hurts, it really does. I'm just going to tell you real quickly, when I'm watching this show, when I'm watching Carrie and Miranda and Charlotte and Big and Steve and Stanford and Anthony, all these people, I'm watching them again. I had this, you probably have it as well, but I had this sense that, that I know them. Like I've known them for a long time. In a weird way, I have known them for a long time, 20 plus years. So when one of them's gone, it hurts. I feel it. I really do feel it. And because I know Big, I know him, I know Carrie, I know everything that they went through for their relationship to come together. I know all the struggles they had, all the will they, wouldn't they, all the will they, break up, get back together. I mean, those two have been through so much. To see it end like this and it's over. It hurts. So I relate to Carrie a lot. I mean, that look on her face, the look on Miranda's face. When Carrie opens the door, I mean, it looks real. And that's a testament to their acting. Sarah Jessica Parker and Cynthia Nixon did a great job. I mean, they sold it. They sold the emotion. I don't think anyone could have done it better. When I saw their eyes, I understood what they're going through. I understood what Carrie's going through. I mean, even for me personally, I don't talk too much about my personal life on this channel, but I related to what was going on. I'm a single father. I have a 5-year-old, a little boy. He's my life. And the reason I'm a single father is because my son's mother passed away 2.5 years ago. So she's no longer with us. And this wasn't my plan. This isn't what I wanted. I didn't see it this way. I honestly thought that, we would raise our son together, and it just didn't work out that way, And I'm not getting into specifics right now, but I know that feeling that Carrie's having. The loss of the dream. And they couldn't see it coming. And you can't. It's just a part of life. So I felt Big, that scene where she's in bed and she has a quick flashback of a quick glance of Big from the original series, when they're younger and he's got dark hair now and he looks younger. And, I felt that because I know what that's like. I know what it's like to be in bed so soon after the tragedy and to have to, you close your eyes, but you still can't stop seeing. It's a hard place to be. And I think they did really well with that. So anyway. So moving along with the episode actually begins with Miranda and Steve's son, Brady, who's 17 now, and he's having sex with his girlfriend. And they're making a lot of noise, and his parents are in the next room. No. You can be a liberal parent all you want. That's fine. That's up to you if that's what you want to do. But maybe it's just my generation, and I know it's Miranda and Steve's generation. You don't do that. You don't have sex in the same room or next door to your parents where your parents sleep. Not loud like that. I mean, that's just a level of disrespect that I cannot believe they would allow that. I cannot believe that they would allow their child because he's still a child. He's not an adult yet. Okay, to have sex in their house. Right on the. I mean, I know Steve's deaf; he can't hear it, but Miranda can hear it. That's just a level of disrespect that I cannot believe that they're just expecting us to accept it. You know, there's nobody saying, why are you letting your kids have sex in your house? There's no level of respect for the parents there. I tell you, that shit's not gonna happen in my house. No way. Okay, I didn't have, so when I was that age, I wasn't having sex in my mom's house. Okay, I had a level of respect for my parents. You don't do that. And the fact that they're letting it happen, yeah, she's annoyed by it, but she's not going to do anything about it. She wants Steve to do it, and Steve is hard of hearing; he can't hear it, so he's not going to do anything about it either. You know, and Steve is true to form. He's got that voice. Oh well, what do you think we should do about it? That's like, come on, dude. Like, you couldn't have grown a pair of balls in the past 20 years. I know Miranda leads the relationship, but he's got it within him. I've seen episodes where he stood up to her. It's hard for me to believe that he just went right back to form. But maybe that's their relationship. Miranda wears the pants in the family. Okay. Steve is not exactly a strong-willed man. He's easily malleable. So, okay. So, and the fact that he's handicapped and she's still like, come on, the guy's handicapped. Okay, he can't hear. Okay, just cut him a break. She's not really cutting him a break. Oh, God. Another reason I don't like Miranda. And unfortunately, it's not going to get better. Okay, so we got that going on here. I felt the grief. I'm starting to see a theme here going on with the show. I think the theme with this series is going to be, and some of it's unexpected, is going to be loss. Carrie, we went through Carrie's journey as a single woman on the original show. But now she's entered a different part of her life. That's the reason they don't call the show Sex and the City, the sequel. Because it's not Sex and the City anymore. Come on, these are the Golden Girls. Okay? They're too old. Who wants to watch old people having sex? No. And that's why I think the character Samantha wouldn't work in 2021, because she's in her 60s. Okay, let's be honest here. Do we really want to see that? No. There's different levels of how you present characters on a show or a movie or whatever. Okay, there's the ingenue, the new, the avant-garde. Then there's the standard. Then there's the edgy, and then there's the desperate. Okay? All right, so we really don't... If this is going to be a show about a bunch of women in their 50s and 60s, banging a lot of guys, I don't really think I'm going to sit through that. Okay? I don't think anyone wants to see that. Okay? Maybe some people do. Okay? But I think you're going to lose a majority of your audience. Okay? There's a time where you've got to accept, okay, I'm not young anymore. And this happens to everybody. You're not young anymore. Okay? The sexual market is for a certain demographic. And when you're not there anymore, you've got to move on. You got to progress. You see it like the most successful actors out there. They started off one way and they ended up another way. The ones that have long careers. Look at like Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks didn't start off as a drama actor. He was known for comedy. He was a stand-up comedian. He was the wildly making jokesy guy, and then he transitioned into drama. Drama. Now he's considered a dramatic actor. He's got Academy Awards. When you want a serious actor, you hire Tom Hanks if you can afford him. Okay, but he didn't start off that way. Okay, Meryl Streep started off as a pretty girl, getting the pretty parts, the emotional pretty parts, and then she transitioned to a serious actress. So now when you hire Meryl Streep, you get a serious woman for the most part. I know she does like comedies every once in a while, like Devil's Or Prada and that kind of stuff. But for the most part, when you want someone to play, Margaret Thatcher, you get Meryl Streep because she can sell that. Okay, she's a highly respected dramatic actress. So what I mean is the actors that have lasting power, they change, they evolve over time. Okay, if we're going to be watching women in their 50s and 60s, just banging all the hot guys in the show, it's just going to be like, okay, come on, man. Come on. Ripley don't believe this shit. Okay, I'm sorry. I said I'd be honest. I'm being honest. All right, so there's that. Uh, I think the theme of this series is going to be Carrie losing. Okay, losing people. Okay, so I mean, right from the very beginning, before the first episode, Samantha's gone. She's not dead, but she's gone. I mean, she's dead to them. You know. I know she sent some flowers for Big's funeral, but that's not the same as her being there. Carrie is relying a lot on Miranda right now. Miranda's her rock. Miranda, she calls her ride and die in the episode. This is the part that Samantha played. Okay, if Carrie had to choose between Miranda and Samantha, she would pick Samantha because Samantha had the confidence that helped Carrie get through a lot of hard times in her life. Miranda didn't have that. But they're trying to give that to Miranda now. Okay, Miranda was more practical. You know, get off your high horse and come back down to earth. But Samantha was the guts to try something new. You know, to pussy up, as Shay says it. Okay, that was Samantha's role. And now I think they're trying to divide that between Shay and Miranda. And it's just making me miss Samantha more. It is. It's making me miss Kim Cattrall. I keep hoping Kim Cattrall is going to walk in there and just take charge of this situation for Carrie. But we all know that's not going to happen. So they're trying to make Miranda fit Samantha's role. And that's not Miranda's character. If anything, Miranda is degraded into a piece of shit, honestly. But I'll get to that. Okay, so there's that. Carrie is dealing with her loss. She's lost Samantha, like I said. She just lost Big. And now, unfortunately, she's going to lose Stanford. Because the actor, Willie Garson, did pass away while they were filming this season. Something to know about him is he was actually straight. He had a wife and kids. But he never talked about his sexuality because in this day and age, this political climate that we have right now, it's not really acceptable for a straight person to play a gay person. If he had admitted that he was straight, there would have been a lot of controversy. The SJWs would have come after him. And it's sad. And that's the reason he didn't talk about his sexuality, because he didn't want to, so he basically had to pretend to be gay in order to keep his job. And we've seen this in Hollywood. I know that's a different topic, but just something you need to know about the character. He was not gay, although he played a gay. Now, Anthony, that guy's gay in real life. But Stanford wasn't, okay? Willie Garson was not gay. He was just really good at playing one. But he did pass away, unfortunately. I guess he was battling cancer. He told some of the cast and crew members about it, but they kept it a secret. A very, very honorable thing to do. But he did pass away while they're filming the season. So I know they're going to have to write that into the show somehow. We haven't gotten that episode yet, but it'll be there. So that's a third person Carrie's lost now. Carrie's losing a lot of people here. A lot of people. I mean, her core support is starting to chip away. And it's scary. It's scary for her. It's a part of aging. It's a part of growing up. Part of getting older. So I can see the theme. It's a very serious theme, very controversial theme, considering the nature of the show. The show is about defying expectations, defying what is considered acceptable, and going against it. That's what Sex and the City was. And now they're being forced to conform to real life. Kind of get out of the fantasy world. It starts in real life. In real life, you're going to lose your looks. In real life, people grow apart. In real life, you lose people. People die. Spouses die. Best friends die. You get older. It's a part of life. So that's what I believe the theme is, and it's a very very ambitious theme to have. I hope they pull it off, because right now I like the show. When Carrie tells Miranda, "What do I do now?" I totally understand. Like I said before, I've been through this situation. I know what it's like. It's scary. Thank God there's people in your life that can help you through, because this is not something you want to go through by yourself. Not at all. Not at all. I like the way they handled that. They handled it in a very serious way. And Carrie and Sarah Jessica Parker is acting. It's really on point in this episode. She really sells the grief that she's going through. And the music. I got to point out the music. The music was great. The music was sad. It was appropriate. it really fit the mood that they were trying to go for. The music does so much for the scene, and the music was on point. I don't know who the music guy was on this episode, but I have to look it up. But he did a great job. I mean, the music was half of it right there, and the rest of it was Sarah Jessica Parker's performance, and she hit it. She hit it. I mean, I could tell she was kind of digging into her own personal life to sell that emotion. She portrayed it very well. I felt so bad for her. I wanted to go on the TV set and give her a hug, because I know Carrie Bradshaw. I know who she is, and I don't want her to suffer. I've seen her suffer before, but I've never seen her suffer like this. She's getting hit with a lot of bombs, and unfortunately, she's got more to come. Like I said, Stanford. I mean, wait till that happens. So yeah, I feel these characters like I know them, like they're my friends. These are people I care about. When I do my other reviews for like my comic book shows and my comic book movies and that kind of thing, the reason I get so passionate is because I care about these people as if they were real. Because I've known them for so long. And I remember when I did my Ghostbusters review, when I was watching the old Ghostbusters now, the original ones from the 80s, seeing them again, I got so emotional because I know those guys. I've known them since I was a little kid. That's the way I feel about these girls on Sex and the City. I know them. I've known them for 20 plus years. I know their personality, I know their quirks, I know their experiences. I know what they've done, what they haven't done. I know what they're willing to do and what they won't do. I know them pretty well. And when someone you know real well is hurting, you want to be there for them. I think it's one of the genius of the show. Darren Star, he knows what he's doing. He got it good here. Okay, so Charlotte gets very emotional, which is annoying Carrie. They go to the funeral home, and Charlotte just breaks down. She makes it about herself. Oh yeah, it's my fault that Big died. If you hadn't gone to my daughter's recital, Big wouldn't have died. That's not true, but Charlotte just goes on her rant and her crying, and so Carrie's eventually like, yeah, I'd prefer to be alone. Just go. And I get it. She's already dealing with her own anxiety, her own hurt feelings. She ain't had time to deal with Charlotte's. Charlotte is not a rock. Okay, Charlotte is someone you have to take care of, not someone who's going to take care of you. All right, so let's see. Okay, we'll go back to Miranda. One of the things I cannot stand about Miranda, and they called her out on this, the black college professor, her professor, that she's a white savior. She goes through this thing where she totally disrespects the security guard and basically accuses him of being a racist, which is not something you should do, not when someone's doing their job. Without getting too political, I really wish the show had not gotten political. But I kind of knew it was going to happen. If you watch the old episodes, they didn't get political. They never really got political at all. I can't remember one episode where it was all about us against them. And this episode, you're seeing that. I don't know if they're pandering or if they're doing a parody. I don't know if they're making fun of it or if they're, bolstering it. I don't know yet. It's New York. These are New Yorkers. These are Hollywood people. Okay, I think it's pretty safe to say we know what their political affiliation is. Any of the people that aren't of that affiliation are going to keep their mouths shut, or else they're not going to work in Hollywood anymore. Okay, it really is a one-party system. It really is. It really is McCarthyism all over again. In Hollywood, and in definitely New York, and in California. Okay, so I don't know what the show's trying to do. Are they? Because right now at the end of 2021, we're starting to see a shift, very slightly, but we're starting to see a shift. I don't know if this show is a part of that shift, or if it's still doubling down, tripling down on the same crap that we've been getting from Hollywood for the past 5 years. I don't know. We'll wait to be seen. But yeah, the woke stuff is definitely in there in regards to Miranda. Miranda is the white savior. She's the person that, like,